Welcoming to Chamber Amplified from the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Visit Findlay, you might know it better as Danielle Wilkin. Danielle, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So we're going to talk about some new things happening with the CVB. Certainly, we're coming off of a busy weekend for you guys with Art Walk and Balloon Fest brings people to town and everything. So before we even get into the new happenings and what people need to be looking out for, just kind of recap how the year has gone so far as we look at tourism.
Yeah, it's been a really busy year for visitors and tourism. You never know when the economy is kind of up and down, how that will impact travel. And we've seen that impact a little bit, but for the most part, our locals have been out supporting community events, which is always great. There's so much to do in Findlay that has been nice to have affordable options as well.
Well, let's talk about that first, because I don't know that we've talked about the new, new-ish website for Visit Findlay on the podcast here. I know Alyssa's been on, but it is really interesting the way that is set up and the way people can make a day plan and just check out all the different options. It's a really unique approach, and I'd love to hear you talk about it. You did a really good job of kind of summarizing it at Fresh Bird Business last week.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little biased, but I think it's a great website. So it's not quite a year old, but the way we kind of redesigned it was breaking it down to be really user friendly. So when people go to the website, they can kind of decide, what are they looking for? Are they looking for events? Are they looking for things to do? Are they looking for somewhere to shop? And then Alyssa and I talk a lot about how we use websites, and the way we use them for like online shopping is using filters. So we added a filter option. So if you're looking for things to do and you want to filter it by, you only want to see things to do in downtown Findlay, and you want to see family friendly, and you want activities that are outside, you can filter that, and then it shows you all of those options. So that filter is available for all of our places. We have over 550 places, which includes like our parks and includes shops and restaurants and hotels and everything. But that way you can filter it. That way you're seeing what you need to see, but you can also still explore other options that you might not be familiar with as well.
It is an incredible resource. And one of the things that you all talked about last week was anybody who says there's nothing to do in Findlay, check this website out.
Big fat liars is, I think, what I said.
You're going to find something to do that day, most likely.
Yeah. We have over 900 events taking place in Hancock County in the next 6 months. Some of those are big signature events, like we had this past weekend with Balloon Fest and Art Walk, and some of them are smaller, like programs at the library. But each of those events serve a different interest and a different person in our community. So I always say, no matter what your interest, no matter how obscure it is, there's probably an event that it's going to fit. And then you'll be able to kind of connect with others with similar interests as well.
The other cool thing that the website lets you do is put together an agenda for a day. If you're maybe coming in from out of town, I think it's really cool. You're like, oh, I'm going to go do this, and then maybe go eat here. And then how does that all come together?
Yeah. So it's really kind of neat. It's basically just making your wish list of things that you want to do when you're in the community. And it can be that you are creating it for your family for a staycation if you're a local, or if you're coming into town for a tournament, or if you're a business owner, you can kind of use it in different ways. But you go through the list of places and things to do, and you just star your favorite. And then that is all lives on your own custom URL. You can create that URL, and then you can share it on your social media or with your family or with your team, your customers, however you want to use that.
That is really cool, and more people should be using it, and I'm disappointed in anybody who's not. By the way, watching the YouTube video version of this and not just listening to the audio version, I don't know why my camera is so zoomed in, and I don't know how to make it stop, so I'm just going to go ahead and apologize to anybody watching the YouTube video that
it gave a
lot of my face right now.
More impact too.
I don't like it. I don't know that the viewers will like it either, but we're just there for that point. So again, go to visitfindlay.com for all of that information, just being able to create and then share it. And I think that's the huge part of it, to be like, hey, this is the team. This is where we're going for the meal. Here's where we might go afterwards, whether it's SOAR or maybe the Children's Museum or whatever. And then just send that out. That makes it so easy. But let's talk about those tournaments real quick, because certainly things like Balloon Fest, Oktoberfest, those types of things, we know they're going to bring people to town. They
Yeah.
always do. The other thing that brings people to town that I think a lot of times are retailers, restaurants, the hotels. Probably the hotels know better than others, is these tournaments bring a ton of people to town. We're kind of winding down on the baseball for that, but there will be some soccer come in. There's
Yeah.
a wrestling tournament that happens later in the year. They bring a lot of people, and it
Yeah.
is a huge opportunity for our local businesses. How are you working at the CVB to make those connections?
Yeah, we work really closely with our hotel partners. You're right. They have the pulse on tournaments, and they really get to know those tournament organizers really well. Baseball and softball keep us packed all summer long. So from about late April to mid-May, all the way through, definitely through June. July is normally a little bit low, and then fall ball starts in August and September. That definitely keeps our hoteliers busy. It keeps our fields busy. And then we hope that keeps our restaurants and shops and attractions busy as well. We work really closely with the hotel partners. That way we can do hospitality bags for the teams when they come in. We work really closely with the University of Findlay. The athletic department there have been wonderful partners. There's a volleyball tournament in a few weeks that are bringing, I think, 5 or 6 teams from out of state. So we're going to do little bags. That way they have, a little bit of chocolate there for them with some information on places that they can spend their downtime. And then we also have a lot of partner resources for our restaurants and shops, especially. That way they know what to expect, because we don't want people on Monday to say, like, we were slammed all weekend. We were not prepared at all. So we try to pull all of those out and provide that information to our partners. That way they can have more wait staff, or they can be prepared for an influx of people at the Children's Museum. Just make sure that we keep that communication clear with them as well.
And then I think that's a great resource for area businesses then to do if they want to do some targeted advertising on Facebook for, oh, hey, there's a big tournament going on out at the Cube and the Marathon Diamonds this weekend. I'm going to circle that and use all of the Big Brother spy technology we have to advertise to everybody. Go ahead and use it, people. Everybody else is.
Absolutely. We do.
Might as well be doing that. So that's I think that's a really, really strong resource. Speaking of strong resources, there are things to be rolled out here as the year rolls along. A new application. It's not an app. It'll be on the web, but it's you use a program called Bandwango. I don't know. Everything has a goofy name, but this is another really cool way to get people finding things to do in Findlay and Hancock County.
Yeah, so Bandwango is web-based. It's hard not to call it an app because it functions and looks like an app, but it's not an app. You don't have to download it. If anybody is doing the new iOS update, I had to clear a whole bunch of stuff off of my phone to make room for it. So it's not going to take space up on your phone. It's web. So you go to our website, you sign up, and it's an interactive way. We're using it right now for trails. So right now we have the mural trail that's been around for a while. It's an interactive way to engage with the mural trail. So if I would go over and walk this direction to the Be the Eye and Findlay mural, I could check it out, pull it up on the Bandwango website, on our website that you got through our website, and read a little bit about it, read about the artist that made it, read about the Be the Eye in Findlay, or excuse me, Art Makes Me Connected, that they did that AMA did a few years ago. And then you check in at that location. And when you check in, for this one, you get 100 points. When you are doing more of the murals, you can cash in those points and get prizes. So I think right now we have it, like if you do 5 murals, you can cash in. But if the more that you have, the more points you earn, you can get a bigger prize. So that's what we have right now. We're really excited about it. And we think there's a lot of opportunity for the future too.
What are some of the prizes that people can get through doing that?
So right now you can get like a cup. You can get Downtown Findlay gift certificates.
Yeah.
You can get chocolate from Dietz's and Wolfie's Peanuts, the good stuff.
That's sounds good to me. I'll take those.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's perfect. But you can get some, my son told me to stop using swag. So I think we're saying merch now.
Are we done with swag is over?
Swag is cringe is what I was told. So part of me still wants to say swag, but I want
Right.
to be cool with the 13-year-olds. So
Okay.
so some Visit Findlay merch also.
Swag is cringe. That might be the most cringe sentence that's been
I
said on the podcast here.
no cap, Doug.
No cap at all.
Could you do a podcast on that of how to talk to teenagers?
Oh, I tell you what, if I figure it out, I'll maybe we'll do that one.
Yeah, let me know. But yeah, so we'll have some really cool things. We have a couple of trails kind of in the pipeline that I'm really, really excited about. It's kind of partnered in celebration with America 250. I have some really cool prizes lined up for that. So the next thing we're going to kind of unveil is a history and heritage trail, and it's going to be unveiled in 4 different phases. So the first phase is going to focus on historical moments in Hancock County history. The second phase is going to be people that kind of made Hancock County what it is. 3 is going to be places. And then 4 is going to be a people's choice. So we're going to ask people to share with us, what did we miss? What did we forget? Let us know those kind of obscure stories that only people that have lived here for generations know. Maybe a little bit of lore, less history, more
Yeah.
lore. But we're going to do some trading cards for that. We're going to be doing stickers, like some really special, just Findlay specific things.
It feels like you could even do yearly, like, here's the haunted trail. We'll do
Yeah.
that in October, and here's the whatever you want to do in spring, that type of thing. So
Yeah,
there's a lot of different ways to
there's
grow
some
that.
really cool stuff, and we can even use it. We're looking at some year-long promotions. So, we talked about Balloon Fest and Oktoberfest. If you attend 5 of those larger events, you can check in and get points for those. Then you're kind of like an event champion or something like that. So I think
Oh,
there's more ways that we can use that. So stay tuned. Get familiar with saying bandwango.
there you Bandwango, and
Yes.
you don't have to go to a Bandwango site. You just go to Visit Findlay to sign up for this.
Yeah. Yep. Just go to visitfindlay.com, go to the mural trail, just like, or click on any of the murals, and it will take you to the sign in for that. You get a text message. That way you can save it right to your phone if you'd like, or you can keep accessing it through that text or an email as well.
For people who are starting a retail or restaurant or something that falls into your wheelhouse, they get you get a profile on visitfindlay.com through that. How does a newer business make sure that they're listed there?
Yeah, so we have a form on our website that you can fill out that just gives us the basic information. But if you call us and let us know, like, hey, I'm thinking about opening a business, we'd be opening in the spring, we can work with you throughout the whole process just to make sure that that communication side from us to our partners and to our audience is as smooth as possible. So if you're a downtown business, we want to make sure you get on the downtown gift certificate list and you get a Dora sticker. That's very important. So if you're outside of downtown, there's a lot of community partners that we can pair you up with. If you're in a village, we want to make sure that you know the audience that's there. Each of the villages has a landing page on our website too that they're hopefully going to be utilizing more and more as we grow that. We just want to make sure that you are as public facing as possible, because you're going to be so focused on opening your business. Let us help you with the communication side of things, and to meet other people, join our Compass hospitality group, kind of do more of that professional development and networking too.
You mentioned the villages, and that's another part that we should focus on. Is this isn't just downtown Findlay? This just
Right.
isn't Findlay proper. This is all of Hancock County. The villages have some really great events. I know you're very involved in things happening in Arlington.
Yes, arguably the best village in Hancock County.
You know what? I'm not gonna
No bias.
not
there.
gonna even
No
enter the
bias.
fray on that one. So Danielle says it. For the villages, that when they have their festivals and things like that, it's easy for them to get their events on visitfindlay.com as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because those village events, although they are in like a small community, they are open to all of Hancock County, and go and see what those small villages are. There's so much hidden in those villages. If you go to Arlington, you can go to Main Street Eats and have a really good meal. You can go to Jack and Doe's, but then you can go to the park. You can do all of these different things. So if I always say, if you say there's nothing to do in Findlay, you are a big fat liar. There's even more to do if you look at.
That's not an official slogan for the CVB. We should.
I keep saying it should be.
You're lobbying for it. Okay.
I'm trying my best. That might be a prize for Van Wango, a T-shirt that says that. But there's so much going on. There's so much to do. We want to make sure that we are being all encompassing and talking about all of our partners.
It's again, go to visitfindlay.com. You can find all the information. One of the last things, again, going back to that event, the way that the events can show up without people having to just submit a ton of information is really cool too. All you need to do is create an event on your own Facebook page for your business or for your community organization or whatever it is, and Visit Findlay will pick it up.
Exactly. Yes. You might need to let us know if you haven't already started adding events to your Facebook page. Let us know that you're going to start. That way we can just make sure that there's a smooth transition. But once we get you in our pipeline, as soon as you add an event, the next day, I think it's at 1 a.m., it'll be added to our calendar. That way you aren't having to fill out a form, and then I'm not going to have to manually add it. Now, if you don't,
you like to go on vacation occasionally.
I mean, sometimes.
Then the emails pile up and everything. This is way better.
Yeah, like I said, there's like over 900 events the next 6 months. We want to make it as streamlined as possible. But yeah, once you get that, it's a one-stop shop. You add it to yours, and then it's updated. And then also any updates that you make on your Facebook event will be updated to our calendar too, which makes it really, really nice.
Very good. And again, it's all at visitfindlay.com, which we've mentioned several dozen times over the course of this episode, but it is a great resource for the community. Danielle, thanks for hopping on to tell us all about it today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.